Well, hello. My name is Daddy O. I do some YouTube and some Ubering, and we're going to talk about what's going on today. Listen to me. FAA has shut down parts of the country's airspace, or at least some of the airports. If you're an Uber driver, you're going to notice right away, especially if you do airport stuff, you're going to notice right away that things aren't as busy as they have been. It's causing all kind of complications in the airports where they haven't had to do anything. It's the government shutdown. We're living in a time and a history that, believe me, they're going to talk about for a long time to come. So, yeah, there are airports. The FAA has said, okay, you can't do as much air traffic there because we don't have enough, flight controllers there. You can't, the SAA, they don't have enough people to check you through. These people are not getting paid. They're not getting paid. So if you don't have to travel, if you're just watching it because you saw the title or whatever, I'm going to put on the title for this one, don't travel. Just stay home. Let this kind of go away for a while. Don't cause, if you can put that vacation off or that trip off to go see someone for Thanksgiving, because that's what it's going to come to. I expect they're going to want to get some attention out of this. And I can see where by Thanksgiving, it's going to be interesting. These holidays are going to be very festive, aren't they? But so, yeah, if you're an Uber driver and you depend on airport travel, people coming in and out of the airports to do a lot of your stuff, you may want to start looking at another avenue for a little bit. And that's also going to cut down the hotels, which is also going to cut down on the restaurants, which is also going to cut down on how much money you're making. So you're going to have to really pick and choose. You might have to start doing some of them runs I've been telling you not to do. You might have to stay alive and keep it going. You might have to start doing runs a little bit longer than you want to do from time to time. Just pay attention. Watch the news. See what's going on. Now, let's get into the next little issue that's going on, because I'm hearing comments about this too. Not so much on the channel here as I am from a back seat back here. All right. I'm picking up people that are been on the West Coast, and they've gotten used to riding in the driverless Ubers. And guess what, guys? They like it. So you can bet Uber likes the driverless cars too, because they get there's no turn downs, there's no cancellations, there's none of that. So Uber has a bigger profit margin they can make there doing the driverless, and they're definitely be going to it. So don't be looking at your Uber lifestyle of the don't be looking at that lifestyle you're living right now thinking that's going to last forever if you're living the high life of Uber. Find something else to do. Now, I'm going to tell you, I didn't intend this video to go to this direction. I was just going to talk about these two little things real quick. This was going to be a short one. But I'm going to tell you, if you are an Uber driver now, copy me. Copy and paste me. Start your channel. Go ahead and just start talking about, you see what I do all the time. I talk about things that I do when I do my Uber, or things that help me. It's easy to start a channel and do the same thing. Get you something else going while you got your Uber thing going, to hopefully create some income when Uber says, bye-bye. We don't need you no more. Start something now. Get something happening. Go to school. Go to college. Do something. Don't just sit and do your Ubering and go home in the evening and sit back with a remote control and watch TV. Go. I'm telling you, I had some kids that used to work. I used to be a golf course superintendent. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I used to be a golf course superintendent years ago, long before I ever got into transportation and stuff. And I had some kids that worked for me. They were from another country, but they were damn good workers. They worked. I had a great crew. Well, these guys were a trip. Here's what they would do. They would show up at Sometimes of the year it was 5:30, sometimes of the year it was 6 o'clock in the morning at the golf course to start working. In the evening, you could get off work. They got off like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But you could go into a restaurant here and be sitting there in the restaurant and look into the kitchen back there and see two of them standing back there working, cooking. These guys were working morning with me, working their tails off, and then in the evening they were going to work in a second job at a restaurant, cooking for 4 hours. So I asked them one day, I said, "How you work 2 jobs? Hey, good job. Why are you doing, why are you doing that?" And they go, "Well, I work one paycheck for me, and one paycheck is for my family. I send my other paycheck back to my family." You see, they had a work mentality of they're ready to work, they're physically able to work, and they just didn't depend on that one source of income. And if we, you, me, can develop that same kind of work attitude of where I'm not going to just depend on Uber to make my life better, that ain't going to happen, but it can help pay the bills. And then I'm going to have something else over here that also helps me pay my bills. That might be a future for me when this is gone. If you can just get that kind of attitude going, and I didn't have it when I was young. Oh, God bless. I didn't have it when I was young. I didn't develop that until I started seeing other people using that method to get better. My idea as a young person as growing up was just, hey, I'm having fun today. Where's the next party at kind of attitude. I didn't plan. Now, I talked about some of this in the very beginning videos I started doing. I didn't plan for my later years. That was my mess up. I didn't focus on it. And now I have to fall back onto Uber to help me subsidize the lack of what I should have done when I was younger, when I was even more physically able to have done it and accomplished it. And that's why I point my finger sometimes at you guys out there that I know are a lot younger than I am. I'm just letting you know that if this old guy can take an Uber vehicle that he rents and goes out and makes a living, yes, I have a very small pension that comes in. I have Social Security that comes in. But I got other irons in the fire too. I don't depend on Uber, even though it's a good source of my extra income. I don't depend on that for my future. I'm looking right now at other things down the road for my future, because I know sooner or later I'm not going to want, as an old person, to get in this damn vehicle and go riding down the road. All right? That's when I'll start getting canceled out. That's when my flights won't be coming in, because I won't be doing it. I just don't want to do it. I've been doing it I keep that going for a long time. And sooner or later, I'm gonna want to say, time out. Daddy-O has driven his last person. That was it. The rodeo is over. Let's go somewhere else and do something different. And so I'm planning that way. I plan for the future, because with the FAA canceling flights, and with them talking about or even threatening down to shut the entire airways, everything down for a period of time due to safety problems that they cause. Let's get that straight first of all. I know that it's going to get very shaky out here very soon. So heed Daddy-O's warning now. Plan ahead for your life. Whatever we have to go through right now, we're going to go through. But when we come out on the other side of this, don't just depend, if Uber's still around, don't depend on just Uber. Plan on something else. Get you something going. All right? This is just Daddy-O money advice today. That's where this ended up being. just because I saw an FAA cancellation and I heard people in my backseat talking about their flights were canceled. They weren't sure if they were even going to be able to get out of here tomorrow. And at that point, when I let them out, I went straight over Google search to find out what the hell was going on. And all of a sudden I come up and find out that, yes, this is going on. And we don't know where it's going to end up. But when we come out the other side, plan ahead. Now, this has been Daddy-O advice today. That's all this has been about. So if you got any information out of this that you felt was rewarding, you can subscribe, ring the bell, buy Daddy-O a cup of coffee, all that good stuff down the bottom. But today I just wanted to put out the word. If you're an Uber driver and you depend on airport transportation or airport runs to get you for a good part of your money, things have changed a little bit today. All right? So mark this date down. We'll see where it goes from here. Daddy-O out. You guys have a good afternoon, good evening. Bye.